What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dollars and Dumbbells podcast. I'm your host, Justin Green, certified financial planner for online coaches. Today, I've got a really fun, quick episode for you on how to figure out what your profit rate is and if it's good enough. Before we dive in, I want to provide as much free value as possible for you. But if you think you need more of a one-to-one overlook of your finances, go ahead, schedule a free discovery call with me to learn more about how it might look to work together so that way you can get more clarity around your finances with a very specific and personalized action plan for you and your financial goals. All right, quick disclaimer, and then let's hop straight into the episode. Justin Green is the founder of Assist FP, a financial planning firm, and Be a Wealthy Coach LLC, an outsourced CFO service. All opinions expressed in this episode are mine solely and not reflective of Assist FP or Be a Wealthy Coach. As always, this podcast is not advice and it is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Always consult with your own financial, tax, and or legal advisor before making any decisions. All right, what's your profit rate and is it good enough? So the very first thing we want to do is actually define what is a profit rate. So this is simply the percentage of your revenue that is actually profit. And the reason this matters and is significantly more important than how much revenue you're making is because this is what you keep in your pockets, right? Revenue can go out the door a lot of different ways. It can go to Stripe fees, it can go to outsourcing, it can go to technology, etc. But what you actually keep in your pockets is your profit rate. Now, for the purpose of this episode, I want to take a look at before you pay yourself as the owner. So whether you're a single member LLC or you're an S Corp paying yourself a salary, I want you to back that out. And the reason I'm doing that is because as the owner, you have a lot of flexibility in what you pay yourself. So you can really fudge the numbers to increase or decrease your profit rate. So in order to get a really good view of what this profit rate actually is, let's remove that, add it back into your profit, and take a look at your before owner's compensation profit rate. So a really simple example of this, if you're an online coach and you have $250,000 in revenue and your profit is $120,000, then you're just simply dividing $120,000 by $250,000 to get 48%. That's your profit rate. Is that good? Well, it depends. Let's take a look at profit rate, and I've broken it down into 5 different categories and kind of talk about what those mean for your business and what the numbers are actually telling you. Because the number itself isn't important. It's more about what are your goals, what type of business are you trying to build, and then figure out where you want that number to be so you have something to compare it to, right? So for example, someone might be running a lifestyle business and they want a significantly higher profit margin than someone who's trying to scale their business and understands that they have to invest into a team and resources, et cetera, and they're going to have a much lower profit rate. All right, so let's break down the 5 different categories of a profit rate to really figure out, are you in good financial health in your business? So starting at the way top, I've got a really, really good artistic drawing of this that if you check on my Instagram, you'll see, or I'll throw it up on the YouTube. But I spent a lot of time to really put this together for you. You'll see I'm actually kidding. All right, so 80 to 100% profit. This is going to be the range that you want to be in if you're running a purely lifestyle business. Now, this basically means you're doing all the work. So honestly, it's a job, but you're frugal, maybe you're into the fire movement. You just want to have as high profit as possible. So you're looking for 80 to 100%. It's really hard to get 100%. This should really say 80 to 90 because you're always going to have those Stripe fees, etc., unless you're taking cash only, which is kind of ludicrous. And then you might have a little bit of technology costs, but you're super conscious. You're not, buying expensive tech. You're probably not leveraging a VA or a team or anything like that. So 80 to 100% lifestyle. Now, if that's not your goal and you're having 80 to 100% profit, that's probably not good because while you might be able to keep more of the money, you're probably limiting your growth. So if you're trying to scale a business and you're in this 80 to 100% profit rate, that's actually probably hurting your goal. So that's really important to understand. All right, so then the level below that is 60 to 80%. I call this the small giant. This is based off a term from the book Small Giants by Bo Burlingham, I believe is his name. And essentially, this is like mostly everything you're doing is by yourself because you're intentionally staying small, but you're willing to invest a little bit of money into a little bit more expensive tech. You're probably getting a VA and you might be outsourcing some low cost tasks in the business, so that way you can be really really profitable, but also like grow the revenue a little bit more. So you're growing that pie a little bit, although you're taking a smaller chunk of it, but you're super intentional with how you're doing it. So that's why I call it the small giant. 40 to 60% is what I call scaling smartly, right? So you're trying to scale the business, but you're still keeping your profit margins pretty high. And you got to remember, this is before paying yourself as the owner. That's really important to remember as we're going through these. So you've decided to grow and scale your business. So you're investing heavily into a team, systems, technology, etc. But you're not taking up all your profit. The next two, kind of dangerous. We're really getting into a territory you don't want to be in, especially before owner's comp. 20 to 40% is like, okay, you're extremely bloated. This is what I call bloated. You have too much overhead. Most likely it's probably labor costs, whether you hired a team or you're outsourcing to different service providers. You need to figure out how to solve these issues, either using less expensive tech or less expensive labor, or like how do you bring it in-house, do it yourself a little bit. You're just bloated, right? Your business is running a little bit in the danger zone. And then once you get down to 0 to 20%, like danger, like red lights flashing all around you, the check engine lights coming on in the car, like you've got to fix this, and you got to fix it fast, because either you're going to run out of cash or you're going to burn out in the business. Now, this is big picture thinking. So if 1 month you're in the 0 to 20 or 20 to 40% because you've made a couple really good like investment decisions that month, don't panic. But this is a scorecard, right? This is the most important measure, in my opinion, for the financial health of your business. So if you're following and you're measuring this profit rate, in 1 month it happens, okay, no big deal, but you're aware of it, right? You're paying attention. 2 months in a row, you're in that danger zone, like, uh-oh, what are we doing? Like, why is this happening? If you don't know why, you really need to dig deep. If you were intentional and you know why, okay, like you can kind of pay attention, but you want to obviously like turn this around pretty soon, 3 months, 4 months, etc. Right? So you're looking for long-term trends. We're not making decisions in the business based off day-to-day numbers, week-to-week numbers, or even like a single month. Yeah, you want to know those because you want to be prepared to pivot if needed. And so you want to track things at least weekly and monthly, but you don't need to make a decision based off that. But you need to pay attention to the danger zone. If you're in that area too frequently, there's something wrong with your business. I have run into this a lot over the last couple of years where coaches, online coaches, a few online health and fitness coaches who I primarily work with have come to me and they thought they were scaling their business, but reality is they had really bloated businesses. And they've had to do a lot of work, and it's taken time, 12, 18 months to really work backwards and kind of rebuild their business, rebuild the foundation to get more into that like scaling smartly, small giant profit rate. Because what they realized is they were building this team, they were building the pot of revenue, but their profit was extremely small. So they weren't even paying themselves that much, but they were paying their team more than themselves. And so that's why it's just really important. The profit rate is the most important number in the business to be tracking. You might have anywhere from like 3 to 10 other numbers that you're tracking to kind of determine the overall financial health. But this is one that I can't imagine any business owner can go without tracking. So know exactly what you want to be building. By being intentional, you can then compare your numbers to where they should be or where they could be, and you'll have a really accurate representation, because realistically, you want to be benchmarking against the right goals, right? If you have a friend who is building a lifestyle business and their profits are 80 to 90%, and you look at yours and you say, oh, shoot, I'm only at 45%. stop and think about it. What are you building? If you're not building a lifestyle business, like, don't be envious, don't be jealous. Move it along, focus on your own numbers, your own goals, compete with yourself. Because the reality is a lot of the numbers you see online are false anyways. They're not real. So you're competing with yourself, and you want to compare to what you are actually building, because there's nothing wrong with any of these businesses, the lifestyle business, the small giant, or the scaling smartly. Bloated and dangerous, those are obviously wrong. You're kind of below that red line. Let me know if this was helpful for you. I'm also working on a new service in the business assist financial planning to help online coaches have an opportunity to answer more of their business and personal financial questions in both a one-to-one and group setting. I'm looking at a low-cost offering. Let me know if this is something that you would be interested in. You can go ahead and shoot me an email, justin@assistfp.com, or you can reach out to me on Instagram at justingreenfp. But I'd love to hear from you if you're interested in a low-cost option for one-to-one and group hybrid financial planning service where you can get all your financial questions answered. So that way you have more clarity around your goals and more of an action plan on what you need to do both in the business and in your personal life. Let me know. I would love to hear from you and allow you to help me design this service offering just for you. And as always, I do take one-to-one clients. If you're looking at more of a one-to-one relationship, go ahead, reach out as well. I've already got a service offering designed to help you with your goals. All right, until next time, you know the deal. Be wealthy, my friend. If you're enjoying the Dollars and Dumbbells podcast, please head over to your podcast app and leave a rating and a review. It's super helpful to get new listeners to hear the message that we are preaching. Also, please feel free to share the episode on your Instagram story. Tag me at JustinGreenFP and let me know. I love to see who's listening and who's tuning in. All right, until next time, go be wealthy, coaches.